The Joy Behar Show, every night, 10 Eastern, on HLN.
I want to show you some really horrifying video. 13-year-old Nadin Khoury was on his way home from school when he was jumped by 7 other kids. Watch this. Okay, 6 of the attackers were dragged out of school yesterday in handcuffs, and the 17th was arrested this morning because one of these bullies was brazen enough to record the beating on his cell phone. I'm joined now by a very brave Nadin Khoury, along with his mother, Rebecca Khoury. Also with us is Dr. Phil. Okay, Rebecca, let me start with you. Describe what happened to your son as he walked home from school January 11th.
When he came home January 11th, it was in the morning. A lady dropped him off from her car. I don't know who the lady is. I don't know where she's from. The only thing I heard her saying was, "Your son got jumped." And I said, "What?" She said, "He got jumped." And I seen Nadin getting off the car, and he was, walking towards me. And I asked him, I said, "What's wrong, Nadin?" He said, "Mommy, I got jumped by the boys in the school." I said, "What boys?" And he actually pointed at one, and I went after that one, and I called the cop, and they came, and they got that one interview, and he, started pointing at everyone that were involved. But he said he was not there. He only stood there and watched the whole thing happen. But after they seen the horrifying videotape, he was actually part of the beating that they did to my son.
Why, Nadine, why did they attack you? Do you know, is there any reason, or was it just because they're just bad boys?
They had no reason I can think of, no reason of which I think they did it.
There's no reason that you can think of. This is not the first time you were attacked, right? Tell me about the other times.
The other time, it was their friends, and one of the times when I was walking up the street to go catch the bus, they sent one of their friends to come fight me one-on-one in the alley.
What do you know about these boys? You know who they are?
Yes.
You do? Mm-hmm. Are they there in school with you? Mm-hmm. So they just picked on you, but for no reason?
For no reason. They pick on anybody that's smaller than them. Anybody in the class that's smaller than them, they'll make fun of.
Uh-huh. You know, Rebecca, you fled Liberia, Africa in the year 2000 to escape civil war and seek a better life in America, and I'm so unhappy that this had to happen to your son in this country.
Oh, yes.
I feel very sad for you. What do you think will happen to these boys?
I just wanted to pay for what it did. I wanted to get out there so they can know that it is not right to just go around and treat other kids like an animal because, they can speak up for themselves or they're young. It's not fair. And I'm so happy that, the cop...
They caught them. Yeah,
they caught them and they actually, get them over there.
That's right.
Thank them so much.
We're very happy that they caught them also. Good luck, kiddo.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, now I want to bring in Dr. Phil. Hi, Dr. Phil, how are you?
Hey, Joy, good to talk to you.
This sounds like more than bullying. It seems like outright assault on this boy. Why is this stuff happening?
Well, Joy, clearly it's criminal. And look, how many children are we going to have to bury? How many kids are going to have to be terrorized to the point that they miss school, they just lose their adolescence before we all stand up in unison and say, look, enough is enough here. This has got to stop. And, so these 7 boys have been arrested. They'll be prosecuted, and I'm sure they'll get some time in juvie if they're found guilty. No doubt about that. But that's not the solution here, Joy. This is not going to change until we, as I say, collectively stand up and say enough is enough, and we empower the teachers, we empower the authorities with the curriculums necessary to teach kids that this is not okay. I mean, it's just not okay, and we've got to teach them that it's not.
It's interesting that this other little thug videotaped the beating. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, we have come into such a narcissistic generation at this point with YouTube and the advent of all these social networking sites and every phone being a camera. I mean, people think they have to have an audience for everything they do, from brushing their teeth to things that would normally draw attention, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. But the fact that they are so brazen, what this tells you is that they don't expect accountability. And Joy, where are these kids' parents? Every bully has parents, and it's the parents' job to know if their kids are out terrorizing others. When this happened, there should have been 7 parents or 7 sets of parents on the front door of those people's house, ringing the doorbell saying, I am sorry, how can we make this okay? How can we take this off of you and say we're sorry and apologize? And here's our kid, you know, pulled up by the ear, saying they're sorry and they're going to be accountable for this.
I know.
And these bullies don't just need punishment, they need help as well.